Hi, I'm Angel Diaz, IBM's Vice President of Developer Technology and Open Source. I'm here with Val, CEO, founder of PencilDATA.
That's right.
Welcome to another IBM Code Dojo. This is a very exciting conversation for me because, we're living in this world here where our clients at IBM, for example, are trying to infuse their business processes with AI. Now, that's good, but you need to feed the AI with data.
Exactly.
Right? And it's this whole life cycle of how you get data, make sure the data is secure, how you bring that data into machine learning, deep learning techniques, how you manage the life cycle of that data, and then all the way back. And then also, as we were talking earlier, a lot of the world's data sits behind the firewall. And you've been thinking about this this opportunity, this challenge, this problem, as well as many others in the industry. Can you tell me a little bit about kind of your approach to how we can handle this?
Absolutely. So the very first thing we focus on is looking at the data provenance. Most companies really are leveraging their data, as you say, in very exciting ways, training Watson and AI models and automating a lot of tasks and decisions. But they have to fundamentally ask themselves before they trust these new algorithms with all this data, is the data authentic? Has it been sourced ethically? If you look at some headlines nowadays, that's a bit of a challenge. Has it been cleansed properly? Have people in demographic studies been honest about their age and their gender and their race and their salaries, or has it been fudged? You have to accommodate for that. So data veracity, making sure that you have correct data is one of the most fundamental problems. And then, as we said earlier on, the most interesting data lies behind firewalls. And so a lot of data scientists in this world are kind of struggling with something that's called the cold start problem, which is they hang around Kaggle communities, they're able to train their neural networks and other knowledge models on a wonderful array of public data sets that Kaggle, thanks to Google, has been able to facilitate now, but everyone reaches the same glass ceiling.
Right.
You've trained your model about as generically as everybody else. And the really useful data to get you over the top and add unique insights and value is behind firewalls.
That's right.
So we have to, essentially tackle those issues that are non-technical. That's the irony here. We're a bunch of techies. We think if we just write, more secure firewalls or more secure data sharing mechanisms, we'll have this solved. The reality is no. The challenge is regulatory, it's legal, customer privacy obligations, IP protection. It's a lot of business and legal challenges, and these are the parts of the life cycle that we're tackling at PencilDATA.
Got it. So there's many ways to skin this problem. You could go and write adapters for lots of different things.
Right.
There's lots of ways. What is kind of your approach, or what you think is a good approach to kind of getting access to this data? So
there's actually a lot of serendipity here, and it relates to what IBM's doing at the same time. I started this discussion by engaging with folks in the Linux Foundation and the Apache Foundation around an initiative I called data responsibility. And at the same time, it turns out, right before Davos started, Ginny Rometty herself, with the IBM policy team, published an article for Davos around specifically data responsibility and IBM's commitment at all levels of the organization, not just the storage division, not just databases, but you name it, the commitment towards being more transparent and responsible with data. And there's lots of cool policy groups out there that are realizing we need ethics and we need these initiatives as well, but what we lack, and what techies like us can deliver, are the tooling for that. So how can we enhance the logging environment for these data pipelines? How can we enhance looking at the traces for these data pipelines and not getting into this embarrassing situation where if you ask an organization today, how was your data breached, they don't know.
Right.
They don't have the digital breadcrumbs or digital paper trail effectively to show that. And we've seen this before. Unfortunately, you and I, have been around long enough, to say that diplomatically, that we've seen, for example, email systems in the past where backup archive vendors introduced legal hold features.
Right.
We should be able to do the exact same things with all of our modern data pipelines today, and we should be doing it as part of an open source spec so that many companies, including my own and IBM, can contribute to and benefit from.
Yeah, I think that's a really kind of unique and important point here. Having an open source specification, and then folks who then, house data, warehouse data, create data, adhere to the specification.
Right.
Then it allows this democratization of data, the security, all the things you want around that, and then we can bring that into the world of AI to then make our business processes more important. I think this is, this whole world of data and AI and the confluence and the life cycle, and specifically for, enterprises, is kind of right at the cusp. Data is a very big part of that, obviously, and what you're trying to do, I think, is really going to help accelerate us in that journey in the next 6 months, year, 2 years. So I appreciate that. So thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure, Angel.
Thank you all for listening. This has been another edition of the IBM Code Dojo. Thank you.